Hey everyone, the Castle here. Got some stuff to talk about, and I think I'm just gonna jump right into it. Let's see. So the first thing I wanted to mention is that it's actually been kind of reported that apparently at some point in time somebody ripped Zombiedolls Avatar, which is interesting. I guess I kind of knew something like that would eventually happen. What's funny about it though is that the one that was stolen was this one, which is kind of scuffed because I've already made a bunch of improvements to it. So whoever stole it actually stole an old, has something that's outdated anyway, which is interesting. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to keep up. Whoever ends up stealing avatars is probably going to be constantly trying to keep up. But with that said though, I'm not even angry. Here's the thing that's interesting about this. If I mean, that's like free advertising. That's a very recognizable avatar. Like anytime somebody's using that avatar, you can immediately say, "Oh, that's Zombie Doll's avatar." Not only one, I mean, the person shouldn't be on it. But two, now you're thinking about Zombie Doll. So, I mean, that's a good thing, actually. No one's gonna sit here and be like, "Oh well, you stole the avatar. It's gonna be like the end of the world." So apparently, the person was going around the world and having people clone the avatar and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, I finally got the ability to do free advertising for the Zombie Doll stream. I guess that's kind of neat, actually. So what I might actually do is I don't know, it might not even really be necessary because the avatar is so recognizable anyway. I mean, honestly, all of our avatars are going to be that way, and they're constantly being updated. Like that old avatar doesn't even have the cool like uh, clamps on the ears and stuff like that. It also the thigh highs. This particular one is the bathing suit version, but the thigh highs don't have the white stripe on the top. And there's various other little things too. Like this one probably doesn't have the proper dynamic bones supported, stuff like that. Because I made a lot of changes to this avatar, and this avatar is probably one of the next ones that's going to get the reboot with all the new stuff that I've set up and done and and have working right now. So that's actually kind of funny. I mean, I guess it's like one thing if you steal an avatar from somebody who paid for a commission and like it'll cost more money to do it, but Zombie doesn't have to pay me nothing. I can keep this shit going. I can keep it moving forward. So, and that's actually always been the plan. So, yeah, that's funny. But no, I guess there's really not much else to say about it. If you do see somebody using one of Zombie Doll's avatars, they're really not supposed to be using it, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like, should you even report them? I mean, using, they're just advertising, right? I mean, anyone who knows anything about Zombie is gonna know that that's Zombie Doll's avatar. Like this, it's so different looking from all of the other avatars in the game. So I don't know. Kind of interesting, actually. With that said, though, um, moving forward, my own avatar has been getting some updates as well. Like I've been saying, like um, I've been kind of working on my own avatar, but I don't know. I have some thoughts to bring up about this one, but what I actually think is that I probably need to get my hands on Substance Painter so that I can actually like do proper detailing and like side shading and stuff like that. That would actually be cool. I've been improving my modeling skills quite a bit, and I just recently got used to the idea of using NURBS, which allow you to do these kinds of like really cool like shapes and stuff like that. Which, if I had known about that in the past, I probably would have done a lot of the clothing and stuff like that. So one of the things that I want to do with one of Zombie's avatars um, in the near future is to actually use NURBS to paint a like a casual like cool sweater or something like that that kind of like comes down where it's just like a it's like a calm like comfy a comfy mode kind of a thing, and kind of have something like that set up. And I think that using NURBS will be an easier way to work with that kind of a setup because the weight painting and everything like that can it's dense enough polygon wise that it can work for well I don't know I think it'll be pretty effective actually. So um, yeah, and I guess if people steal that one, they can do more advertising. Dance my puppets, dance. But there's also kind of another side of this too. Does that actually mean that there are people out there who would like their own kinds of avatars like this? I mean, I'm not against the idea of doing like public variation of the avatar if that's the case. Like, Zombie Doll fan club or something like that, the Zombie Doll army or something. You have like a variation of the avatar where it's not Zombie Doll's avatar, it's a public version of it. That's totally I don't know, is that something that people would be interested in? But if so, then yeah, go for it. Like, let me know. Like, I'll probably be streaming D Live tonight and doing uh in VRChat and stuff like that. So if the topic comes up, I'll actually talk about it a little bit. But with that said, um, on Helios news, I'm continuing to develop the home world for the game at this point in time. This is a nice, comfy area. I did stream actually working on this for a little bit. It still needs some love though. For one, I don't like the wall texture. I'm going to do a white and red brick variation. So it's like a painted white brick, and then have the red brick kind of like poking through using vertex coloring in some specific places and stuff like that. So that can be kind of interesting. I might make use of vertex colors just to kind of get a lot more stuff in place. There's still a lot that needs to be done with this world because well, I mean, it's definitely a work in progress because the game isn't even close to being done yet. But um, I want to have railing here to come across right here. I want to have these will actually be real steps where the wood actually kind of curves down, and then there's like a step underneath it. And I want these to actually look like I want this to look pretty realistic. I wanna try and get it. So I'm getting these really really nice red and white brick 2048 materials, and the textile density is going to be just absolutely gorgeous. I also I updated the windows so that it wasn't so repetitive. It wasn't because before the windows were more like this. This TV screen, the plan is to make the TV screen here actually behave like a TV screen where you can actually like input YouTube videos and stuff like that, and actually sit down with your friends and chill and just relax. It's a pretty relaxing little world. Um, in the works right now. It's visually, I'm almost happy with it. Not quite yet. There needs to be some pipes. You know how like you have those loft apartments where you have those like white painted pipes that come down and sometimes go over certain things. I kind of want to have some of that going on. So it's a little bit of kind of a modern loft apartment industrial thing. But also one of the other things to keep in mind too is that outside this window, you're gonna be floating in outer space. So when you look outside this window, you're gonna see this crazy planet. I believe it's Earth. I'm pretty sure it's Earth that is just floating below the world, and in a sense, you're really actually floating in outer space. So it's not just like blue sky and clouds out there. There's going to be something really interesting to look at. There'll still be enough sunlight. I want to try and still have the sun coming through the window. But yeah, it's going to be like you're on some kind of weird apartment spaceship or something. It's sort of a weird hybrid where I kind of want to encourage this sort of like creativity, this sort of a sense of uh, I don't know, inspirational kind of neat, interesting visuals that you normally wouldn't get if I was just trying to make something that just looked super realistic. The goal isn't really so much to make a realistic environment, but is to make an environment that feels cool to be in, something that feels like you want to be here, like you want to, kick back with a few of your friends and in full body and just like lay down on the couch and watch a movie together, or whatever, right? Like that's kind of the idea. We should. I'm looking forward to someday in Helios being able to actually hang out in this world and drink, kick back a drink and then head out to some other place. So this interface over here would be like where all of the worlds are located. That's kind of the general idea. So this will be like kind of the world station area right now, which is very very early stages right now. It's going to be kind of funny to come back to this in like 2 or 3 months, um, and just see like how much this has changed because there's going to be like a whole new interface and everything like that. With that said, yeah, this is feeling pretty good. And that is definitely the progress on this. Definitely feeling some laundry machines over here, maybe a basket, laundry basket. Let's see, maybe a coat rack or something. I don't know if there's anything like that. If you go outside this door right here is you would walk up to this door. There'd probably be a portal here or something along those lines, where that would take you into the hub world, and the hub world will have a different layout and be a little bit more. It would be kind of like more visually like a Japanese rooftop restaurant, but not Japanese. Just once again, warm, inviting, interesting, with the ability to find more worlds and stuff like that. It's just that would be the public area, while this is just the home area. Um, and as far as Exalive news, Exalive, I have not got back to it just yet because I've been working on the Helios stuff. I'm probably after tonight I will get back into that stuff and begin building the foundation for the uh, the components, the blueprint components that will be used for determining what the stats of a character has. So basically, all of the stats that an item has, all of the stats that a character has, will be a blueprint component. So if you fire your gun at something and it has that component on it, when the bullet hits it, I can actually deal damage to that object because the stats are located on the component, if that makes any sense. So that makes it so that you can have, geometry. I can make it so that anything can have an inventory, anything can have stats, a certain amount of health. I can take like a metal block and like shoot it with my gun until the metal block actually breaks, kind of stuff like that. Um, it'll all work within the same system. So it's just one universal system that can be applied to any object in the entire world. So any object can have um, health, any object can have armor, any object can have like certain type of armor class. Oddly enough, I can make a block that has fishing skill, but I'm never going to do that. But it can happen. Like, why would I have a block that has fishing skill? But because it's all just universal. That's how that works. And it's the same thing too. If you have an inventory item that's using that same exact component, the inventory item will will be combined. All of the stats of all of your inventory items will then be added to your character component, the one that the component that's on your character. So if I have armor that gives me like plus 200 defense, then and like a couple pieces of armor that do that, then my character will have 600 defense, or because it just adds all that together. Even if I have one piece of armor that reduces my defense, it just adds them all together. So it just goes through the big list of all of my inventory slots and everything like that, everything that I have equipped, and in one very very simple algorithm just grabs that all those things and then combines that final value into the character. So it's a really really robust and very simple way to do RPG stats for virtually anything. So it's just one system to guide them all, and I'll probably be working on that on uh, Thursday night. I'll probably start getting that into place for that. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end this now. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more and all that. See you in the next one.